Dun, 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 dun. It all very easy, it was so easily organized, it was so easily to participate, to join in, to kind of get the ticket. It was all just so straightforward, easy. I felt like really drawn to kind of give a bit more of an account of how I was really feeling and feeling inside, in front of the group. And that's usually what I don't do, like almost being vulnerable in front of people and in front of people I wouldn't know so well. So that was very surprising even to myself. So it's almost this kind of it's this expression again, and then going, so to say, where almost you wouldn't usually go. It's and a couple of people did as well, that they would say maybe whatever with COVID-19 and so on. I think we're all a bit shaken this year. It's all a bit like, oh, what's going on, and what's happening and what's happening now, and everything's changing all the time. Yeah. So it was the case that I think a couple of people said it also, that they were maybe in a certain place, and that the eCaravan also really took them out. Almost like a reset. A bit like this aspect of being in your own way and dealing with the things you need to be dealing, and then suddenly, boom, there is a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, of, the richness of connections, of, being able really to drop into the self, into the heart, and I do remember a couple of people mentioned that as well, that the caravan served almost as this kind of a reset.
Wow.
Like a real, like, as I said earlier, I was a bit contracted, a bit anxious, and then suddenly, wow, this richness comes along, and people who are really interested and want to hear, and how everybody is, and that. So like what pops out is always the empathy cafe. I find for me it's like empathy cafe is like equals safety. Like there's this Zoom room or virtual room where I can go for safety. Like for me personally, that's always that is gold. It's so cool. Like whenever you are overwhelmed or just needing a bit of a smaller group. Like I like it when there's like less people. I love it when there's a lot, and I'm more an introvert. I just less people sometimes. And you will laugh, but actually the second thing what comes to mind is this no talent show. So I was there, still in my first day. That was a Saturday evening. I'm still like a bit in my COVID-19.
Yeah.
What is going? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Exactly that. I'm actually almost not there. Like almost a bit like embarrassed and whatever. And then I was just like, no, fuck it. And he was so lovely. Just really, he kept on saying about judgments, and I'm like, yeah, judgments. I have judgments all the time. Like, what do you mean? But then he was just, I don't know. He just did it in a way that he mixed a little bit with his speech of wise words or something, and then that real pure way of seeing people and encouraging them then to to do and to follow their flow.
Yes.
I can show up in a group, and even in a group I'm not knowing and not so familiar with. When you're in 2 days, in the kind of a, so to say, in the presence of others who are non-judgmental, that helps a lot as well. That's an important point. Yeah, but I learned a lot, Esther.
Yes.
I learned over that weekend. I learned, but in such a way, it was so clear and straightforward, and little exercises, and I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I need right now. I think I would nail down a lot on self-connection, because that's something what she also, it was with her, it was like clarification or something, but for me, I translated in my words, it was like, being self-connected, what is it really, what I'm here experiencing, what are my feelings, what are my needs, so I just loved it. I think there's a lot of gratitude, I have linked up with somebody else who was on the event as well, and we are actually going to meet on this Friday around feedback. So Yeah, so that's another effect. Maybe I should have mentioned it before. So my way of thinking and really the NBC feedback, that was also a good eye opener. Sorry, I should have said it before. So really the feedback aspect is as well. Had really lingered with me with that lady Danny, and she did a lovely workshop about it, and and us just wanting to learn more.